Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, hope day for Nigeria. No matter the situation, no matter the hardship, no matter the hunger, we will all survive. So, on a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on our time zone, we don't come this evening make we for discuss wetin dey happen for Nigeria, especially as it concerned well-meaning Nigerians. Una know wetin Supreme Court do us for this very election we just passed. And as Supreme Court just dey waka, they go, the Court of Appeal, then just they do their join conflicting judgments. Now they don't begin to bring several lawyers who be saying they don't indoctrinate them inside the lawyers forum where they call NBA as an association, and they don't talk inside that place say then go treat all the conflicting judgments will be say they happen. But all these thousands of lawyers will be saying a new lawyer where they be, even Chibika Amwechi, the lawyer, the former governor of Rivers State and former what they call them transportation minister, in don't join the League of New Lawyers. And inside here, all of them talk say then go treat all the conflicting issues will be say they happen for Nigeria. But that very one, now so we don't dey hear. Even Mary Audrey will be say now she be the chairperson for waiting talk. Then talk say then go deal with the conflicting judgments. How they won't take deal with waiting then invent. That one we never know, but we will carry discussion enter. And we go waka from here, enter Edo State, where care now as we dey talk, the House of Assembly don't serve notice of impeachment to Shaibu, who be the deputy governor to Obaseki for Edo State. That one ain't just dey happen now, and we go see how that one go play out for the same judiciary where talk say they want deal with conflicting judgments. That one go join enter matter, and the special matter now will be say Tinubu don't talk say through the minister of information say the assistance and the food items where we carry from Ukraine, then they don't come defend them. But then we don't get conflicting same statements where they come out from APC people around, especially from the governor of Niger State. That one they join matter with P2B in talk say waiting P2B they talk about that food items say na real e be. But Tinubu no agree with them. The rogue ahead where they between all of them will talk all of these things. Plus other things will be say if they come at this hour. And not be only me go talk calm. I get Divine for studio will go join matter with me for this place now.
Warm welcome to Obedience Worldwide. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, as you join us anywhere where you do, I beg, make your like and share so that other people will get notifications say Obedient Family TV don't come with their evening show. If it be morning for your side, but make we get straight to the point. Even Seyi Tinubu where they waka around Krukere for inside villa. Nigerians don't begin the para. They say, waiting in they follow Tinubu, they waka, they go Qatar, they do. They say, well, they shake hand with the emir of Qatar and all of that. In no get job, now questions where Nigerians they ask be all that one. And for Aso Rock, when we say don't carry and make him say, now in father house, that won't be. You know, they take and say now official residence where we give in papa to stay for now. But now for dear in house, in girlfriend, in wife, everybody now for dear then come there now. So Nigerians come they begin they question all those things. So all this one make we even start with that one before we get to the major matter divine. Right. Person, this Seyi Tinubu, I suppose say he go there like 30-something years old. And if I'm not mistaken, he should be married. So waiting be say he no get job where in they do now. The question where Nigerians they ask, we be saying go just they follow in papa like small pikin of teenager. They work everywhere. He no fit do his own business. I be waiting be in job.
Well, we're all asking the same questions, to be very honest, and we're waiting for them to give us a reply, because apparently I don't think any reply is going to come to me. It's just obviously going to be a speculation, just like you rightly said. Speaking of which, I'm starting to think maybe Nigeria is operating maybe a hidden monarchy system, because now we've had situations in the past where the members of the Tinubu family coming out to tell us, you know, please be patient with my be patient with my father, and exercise patience. We've had his wife, we've had his sons say different things, and I'm starting to think, were those the people that were voted into office, or rather were those the people that are actually occupying the office currently? Because it's starting to look like maybe there is a monarchy, and maybe President Tinubu is just the figurehead, but these are the people that are actually running the system behind closed doors. Because truly, what is he doing? They're under what capacity? Is he going to Qatar? Is he, what does he do? Is he a minister? Is he, so these questions are actually very silent questions, and they are actually begging for answers. But to be very honest, I don't expect any answers because, of course, the APC government.
Before we even get to the discussion where everybody they talk for both on social media and on the main media, make we even look. And first of all, for the budget where they show us last time, that supplementary budget, we hear First Lady, the mama, you understand how much billions will be say they make for them for that very budget. Nobody they know how that one they go, because they don't begin they use that money already, you understand. Not minding the same make we they bear the hunger where they happen for Nigeria, but they don't begin to execute them. Why did I say so? They don't even hear the beg and the cry when Nigerians they cry. Again, why some people they think say, no, they don't fashion that one, they no go do them. All that SUV and all the things where they talk inside. If you look the video where they come out from FCT, you don't they show say, even yes in weekend will be the minister of FCT, don't even they execute in own. The billions where they talk say they won't build new house for VP. The VP lodge where the VP house where they talk, it no get house where they sleep now. Even that very house, I know say it go dey very spacious, you go get all the amenities when they talk. But Nigeria, they talk about hunger right now. This very kind project where they show so, they're not supposed to they do them right now. They're supposed to concentrate on the issue of hunger where we say it dey. And as they talk whether a monarchy style where they want to do, I think that the questions where Nigerians they ask, where the citizens they particular about is Tinubu dynasty, you understand?
Right.
It's all about Tinubu dynasty. Why would his son be in Aso Rock when Nigerians did not place him in that very place? Why should Nigerians be paying the bills of Seyi Tinubu and his whole family? Why?
Well, like I asked earlier, under what capacity is this man making all these travels? Is he there as the right-hand man to our president, or is he there as somebody that is under the payroll of the government? But anyways, that's beside the point. Speaking of the 15 billion naira mansion, or rather that was kept aside for the mansion they plan to build for Vice President Kashim Shettima, I just think it's very, very tone deaf. And His Excellency Peter Obi already spoke about this particular issue some weeks back, where he said that we already know that this government official, this Vice President, already stays in a palatial mansion. This is not a pauper. He wasn't homeless before he assumed office of the Vice President. So coming out to have such, enormous amount of money being set apart, all in the name of war building a house for the Vice President, it's just very laughable. And I think it's another way for them to siphon funds, because I refuse to believe that they are daft enough to actually implement or budget 15 billion naira. I was going through the comments on X, and somebody actually mentioned that this is probably Nyesom Wike's way of making money, since the boy in or the man in River State Fubara is not willing to remit new money. So maybe this is him actually trying to get money for his daily upkeep or whatever. But that's besides the point. It is just very sad that amidst the hunger, the protest, every day up to a new conversation, a new protest, a new news, that something very strange is happening, banditry. Yes, we have billions and billions of naira being allocated for the most weird reasons. First Lady Lodge, Vice President's mansion. It is just very sad, because these people were not
notwithstanding the hunger.
Right.
So wherever you there now, you there listening to us, I beg, if you know what Seyi Tinubu being work, waiting in they do we be say now you go talk say for in CV and resume say now in work. Make una tell us, make we no talk about all the mansions where we say then carry money go outside where we they talk about since and all of that. Waiting in they do now we be saying work. In Papa come out some time ago, talk for executive council meeting. Say may they know they allow them they enter executive council meeting. May they know they allow them enter. All those ones we talk that time say now make it just now paparazzi may he take that one they shine. Because in name the day for everywhere where you want go, including the villa where you still talk say make you no enter again. He dey there. The bottom line is, go to the comment section, tell us what you, if you know Seyi Tinubu, please do ask him what is his work. Make Nigeria know wetin him dey do. Now where hunger dey and wetin him wan take the support for this very hunger. But make we also listen to Ruben Abati wey be say they even vex like me. He gets wetin him and him colleagues talk for that side for Arise TV. Let's take a listen. We'll come back now.
Yeah, well, I don't know how old they are. I'm sure I'm much older than they are.
Okay.
But further, may we begin to ask, what do the president's children, what do they do for a living? I mean, by the time I was their age, you know, I don't know specifically how old they are, but from looking at them, by the time I was their age, I was doing something concrete with my life. PhD. I was not... I got a PhD at 24.
Yes!
I wasn't depending on any father.
Absolutely not.
So people must get to a stage in their lives where they hold themselves together. I don't want adults behaving like invalids, hanging around. Just because your father is in a position, or his children of privilege sometimes overdo it. Yeah. And these are boys that will probably have wives at home. Some of these girls, what they go through is very embarrassing. You can't have a husband that's just hanging around.
Wow.
That cannot stand on his 2 feet as men.
That is the something. Make we just leave Seyi Tinubu and the Papa and the Remi Tinubu, all of them. Make we leave them for one side. Make we go back to the hunger where we say the warriors. Our own P2B, His Excellency, he talk something about that food items. He no talk saying a bad thing. Where we say Ukraine support Nigeria for this thing, but he say he dey very, very awkward for us. He get say you know they just for place where we say fight day war-torn country. Now after he make this comment finish, now then come begin they hit him left, right and center, and waiting then they talk for inside. Then talk say especially after when talk. The Minister of Information and National Orientation come talk in on talk say even Egypt myself say then they carry grain from that side and all of that. But I like the man will be saying that same APC man will be say he dey Niger State. Now in the man fire back. But before we get to waiting the governor of Niger State fire back, make we look at that very tweet how His Excellency P2B they take react. In talk say after the recent tweet when do, after my comments on the embarrassing grain assistance which Nigeria received from a war-torn Ukraine, some government spinners in defense tried throwing up a comparison pointing at Egypt, which also got grain from Ukraine. Now, he said that in my remarks, I stated that such an offer, though aimed at emulating the impact crisis in Nigeria, remains awkward to the nation, considering that we, as a nation with more fertile lands and a working population, now received aid from a war-ravaged nation like Ukraine. Egypt was particularly mentioned by the spinners to have received the same grains from Ukraine long before Nigeria did, September of last year. For the avoidance of that, what His Excellency is talking about here is the Minister of Information and National Orientation, who is this very person who is commenting about. So, and that Egypt is still dependent on Ukraine for its wheat and much of its fertilizer needs. It is important to clarify that over the years, Egypt imports 60% of its grains, out of which about 22% is from Ukraine, which means they're doing business with Ukraine a long time ago. And he said the imported grains provide half the flour that goes into a subsidized bread program that feeds some 72 million Egyptians daily. Egypt, therefore, just enjoys a business relationship with their grain supplier, Ukraine. Whereas, in the case of Nigeria, it was an emergency donation to help us fight a hunger epidemic that has resulted from economic mismanagement. let me not go to the illustration that His Excellency Peter Obi did, but you can see clearly coming over to you, Divine, that is talking. There's a difference with what happened with Egypt's indices that the Minister of Communication of Information referred to. They are doing business with them, and the grains they received, they said they received about 72% of that is used for bread production for their daily need. You understand? And where does that happen in Nigeria? Where does it happen?
Well, they said subsidized bread for Egyptians, right? Which is to say that, of course, the government does not just produce this bread. They pay subsidy on it so that the Egyptians will be able to actually afford it and make life easier for them. And secondly, if I was going to refute someone's claim, personally, I'm going to, at least put some research into what I have to say to refute someone's claim. But it's just very funny to see that there is a lack of, research on the part of the camp of the APC when they are trying to actually dispute what His Excellency Peter Obi has said. Because if they did a little research, just, a click on Google would have helped them understand that truly Ukraine did not give Egypt grains on a basis of, oh, you're hungry and I'm feeding you, but rather on the basis of, we have a symbiotic business relationship. I pay you and you give me grains. And so that is what His Excellency Peter Obi was just trying to say through this tweet, because he understood that what he said was obviously being misconstrued deliberately. I want to believe it's deliberate, because I don't want to think that these people are actually very unintelligent enough to actually refute him with something that is this publicized. So yes, we know that Ukraine gives grain to Egypt, but we understand that it is on a relationship of business. And secondly, we're not on the same level when it comes to hunger. Egypt ranks 57 in the world as the hungriest nation, but Nigeria is currently on 20, and it's just very sad to see. So you see the margin, right? So Ukraine was giving Nigeria grains. We know it is a good thing, probably in the spirit of, sportsmanship and all of that, and helping people so they don't get or die of hunger. But at the same time, you can't compare it with the business relationship that these two countries, which is Ukraine and Egypt, have. It is definitely not the same.
Yeah, and another interesting thing, like I said when I started, is that we have some APC stalwarts who are actually saying that P2B is correct.
Right.
And I'm not, when people say things, the right things, I always give them kudos. You understand?
Right.
So that is coming from the governor of Niger State, who said that that is it. And I think we have a video of that. But before we display that very video, I want to also inform you guys that Tinubu presently has directed immediate release of food items to FCT residents. You know why? Because they took to the streets, and not just that they hit the streets in Abuja, but they went to the warehouse of NEMA, they went to the warehouse of Agric Ministry, and they vandalized almost everything that they have. As a matter of fact, they removed the roof of that warehouse, they removed the doors of that warehouse, and they removed the windows of that. That is the monsters that they have built, the hungry monsters. And that's why we just got that information or report that Tinubu has direct immediate release of grain to FCT residents. Then the question is, what about the people in Nasarawa that is very close by? What about the people that is in Benue? What about the people that is in the northeast and the northwest? Why haven't they received grains? People in Kanu are shouting. People in Mina, Niger State are shouting. Why just release to FCT residents? Because they vandalized warehouse? Do you expect the ones of Niger also to hit the warehouse again before you release to them? Do you need the people in Nasarawa to hit another warehouse before you release to them? These are the questions begging to answer for this for Tinubu to answer. So let's take a listen to the Niger State Governor, who made his remarks about what His Excellency Peter Obi said on this Ukrainian food items donation.
We have cleared deliberately over 1 million hectares of land. So, my boss, you are very right to what you have said. We have no reason to be poor. People may not like you, but they must hear you. Because what you say is the gospel truth. Nigeria needs to be productive. You cannot be out of poverty unless you start to produce. I'm not an advocate of handout or palliatives too. I don't believe in it. So it is high time we tell ourselves the basic truth. We need to feed ourselves. And it's a shame for people like Ukraine in war to be giving us food. But I assure you, in this room today, leadership group, the next award you will give me, if you will ever give me, is the largest producer of food in 2024. Federal government is doling out 42,000 metric tons of grains, and by June, I will give out only in Niger State 100,000 metric tons of food. And it's deliberate.
Let's thank the Niger State governor and his colleagues in APC who are actually looking at about what P2B has said, because clearly it's obviously bringing it out that P2B has said the truth. Let's leave out the Minister of Information. You know, it's the same thing about Lai Mohammed that did last time. It's the same Lai they are doing. But when somebody says something that is in the line, let's say he did talk well because he validated the data. We have no reason to be hungry, saying they are going to release 42 tons of grain.
Well, to be very honest, you have to be a special kind of liar to not agree with what His Excellency P2B said, to be very honest. Because he wasn't just speaking, he was speaking while giving statistics. We could see the facts and the figures. You could look them up. We know that this man had nothing to say but the truth, right? And so we understand that even if they might be on opposite ends of, you know, political affiliations, we understand that when someone says the truth, you should buy it and you should actually applaud the person. So actually, shout out to Governor Umar Bago of Niger State for actually saying it as it is, not minding that both of them are probably, I mean, he mentioned that P2B might not be liked, which is actually, you know, laughable if you actually relate it to the Nigerian populace, because we know he is loved, but I guess he's referring to the ruling class, right? That's the APC people. They might not like him, but at the same time he says the truth. He also went further in the longer versions of those videos to say that by June he will make sure that his state is actually producing more than 100,000 metric tons of grains, right? Because like His Excellency P2B said during his speech while receiving the award, he said only Niger State is double the size of Ukraine, right? That is giving us aid, war aid food, or rather food, so we are not hungry, right? So having said this, I hope that this thing he said is not just one of those bogus promises. I hope he actually works on it to make Niger State a very big food basket, something that will be a source of succor to ease the harsh economic realities in the country.
Yes, well, I think we are good with this man for now.
Right.
Let him continue saying the truth as the truth comes out.
Right.
And let the haters of APC, let them be. But we'll continue to project what is right, and we'll continue to come out to tell them what is wrong. The hunger is still biting, and it's not just in FCT. So please, Tinubu, direct your people to go around the country to share the grain, if at all it exists. Because trust me, other Nigerians don't even believe that it exists. And let's take a shift to what is happening in Plateau State. 16 lawmakers of PDP and APC, they are having a loggerhead at the Plateau State Assembly crisis worsens. The PDP lawmakers that were sacked are still insisting that the seats are still vacant for them. But we can see that CSOs are calling for negotiation to call for a political situation so that these lawmakers could, the APC lawmakers could be sworn in to resume their legislative duties. So they are actually reaching out to Governor Muftang, who they believe should wage in the war so that this very issue hanging over that state, because the state probably has not presented its budget. There's no House of Assembly sitting that can help make this thing in. So they are reaching out to Governor Muftang to swear in the APC lawmaker. Let's take a listen to that.
is the birthplace of the careers of the newest set of
15 members, 15 from the All Progressive Congress APC and 1 from the Labour Party were declared winners by the appeal court following their petition before the court challenging their earlier dismissal. The court had ruled that it was right in affirming the 16 APC lawmakers following their petitions that the People's Democratic Party has no structure in the state. Human rights activist Steve Aluko says the people of Plateau State are losing a lot due to the House of Assembly crisis.
Regrettable that we box ourselves to this point. It's part of the implication of some of the quagmire of different level of governance that we've seen. Coming to Plateau, it is regrettable that 5 months after swearing in, we've not had the steady flow of governance at the legislative arm. The implication is that the quality of representation will suffer, the quality of lobbying will suffer, the quality of oversight function will also suffer.
But some youth in Plateau State also foiled what they termed as an attempt by the 16 APC lawmakers to invade the State House of Assembly. The youth, who trooped out in large numbers, blocked the entrance and created a scene at the State Assembly complex.
State Assembly is an institution of government, arm of government. And if you want to strive in this democracy, you must maintain rule and order in all the segment of democracy. We have the executive, the judiciary, and the arm of legislature. And if you don't have that arm, you know, something is missing. So to me, we should maintain our institution. People will come and go, but the institution still remains. So my take is that we should look at how strong to build our institution instead of building individuals.
So let's hope that Governor Muftang actually takes action by, allowing the law to take its course, which means allowing the people that the court say to swear them in, pending any other kind of this thing. Because what the lawmakers are actually talking about is that their case has not been ousted by the court, that the court has not heard their prayer, and that is about it. But to prevent law and order to, and other things to not to go astray, they have positioned the mobile police to be at that very particular House of Assembly entrance. So we look at that. Then still talking about the court finally, let's look at what the judiciary saying that they are going to address the conflicting judgments. How is the court going to address the conflicting judgment when they were unable to address this Plateau issue in the first instance? The problem of Nigeria is not lawmaking. It is actually being able to stay within the bounds or within the confines of the law. That is what the problem is. As you can see, we have thousands and thousands of people who graduate every day in law. We have serious professors and scholars of law. But what happens at the end of the day, when you get to the Supreme Court, the level of Supreme Court, you should know so much. But still, they go ahead to do what is wrong. But be it as we may, we have gone through the tribunal here, and I believe that most obedience now know how it works in Nigeria as far as judiciary is concerned. We have gone through the appeal court, and we have gone to the Supreme Court, and we know that they don't mean good for Nigeria. They are not supposed to be selecting leaders for Nigeria. However, they said they are going to address this very issue. Let's hear from them and how they plan to going ahead to deal with these very conflicting judgments coming from Enugu, reinstating Pitamba, coming from Jos, coming different places. Let's see how they are going to address it. Let's take a listen.
Is the birthplace of the careers of the newest set of professionals in law practice. They are led through their paces, guided through the latter ceremonial stages to becoming members of the Nigerian bar, and there's joy and elation as it becomes official.
You may now put on your wigs.
A total of 4,412 new lawyers have by this act now joined the League of Nigerian Lawyers. It's a solemn occasion with all the trappings of a court hearing as part of the ritual to usher in these young Nigerians into the country's justice sector. Chairman of the body of benchers, retired Supreme Court Justice Mary Odili, says a committee comprising high-ranking members of the Nigerian judiciary is working hard to address incidents of conflicting judgments as the judiciary works hard to regain public trust.
The judiciary is being bashed and public confidence in the legal system is dwindling, occasioned by incessant conflicting judgments by our courts and flagrant indiscipline among lawyers. In order to address this vexed issue of conflicting judgments, the body of benchers has constituted a committee made up of ranking members of the profession to come up with the best possible ways of addressing the concerns.
She advises the new lawyers to avoid the temptation of being caught up in media trial.
One of the issues plaguing our dear profession in recent times is the contentious and polarizing spectacle of media trial. The negative resultant effect of media trial is prejudgment, which can erode the foundational pillar of an individual's right to a fair and unbiased trial.
Family members and well-wishers, including prominent Nigerians, witnessed the occasion. There's a high sense of fulfillment here for the newest members of the Nigerian bar, including former River State Governor Rotimi Amechi.
Maybe just for the fun of it. I'm serious. I don't know whether I actually want to practice, but it won't be a surprise if I go to court.
I've been called into the largest bar in West Africa. It's a thing of joy, a thing of pride. It's a feat that one has achieved through the help of God.
I spent like 2-3 hours standing in the sun, and like getting in wasn't particularly easy, and right now I'm trying to get my certificate, but like aside from that, we're happy, we're good, we've been called, so that's great.
We do have a law school in the Gambia, but I'd wanted him to train in Nigeria, and I'm pleased to actually see him join this honorable body and become a lawyer.
I'm just over the moon. I want to give a shout out to my parents, my siblings, my village people. You know, everybody contributed for me to be here.
And their career in legal practice now gets underway.
This is a moment of joy, elation and celebration for the 4,000 plus lawyers who have joined the Nigerian legal system amidst widespread criticism and condemnation that the justice system or the judiciary has suffered in recent months. Of course, these young people, these young Nigerians have their work well cut out, and they need to set the ball rolling as quick and as soon as possible.
4,000 plus graduates, 4,000 called to bar. They don't put their week on. So what do we expect? Give them a job. Now Tinubu won't give them job. I've been a Nigerian Bar Association won't give them job. I've been at that man where they talk saying go address conflicting judgment, where don't put in son, in nephew, in pap, everybody where there for in family, that is the Chief Justice of Nigeria, where don't nepotize the whole system. Now you want employ 4,000 plus lawyers, and which court they want make these people go to attend to? Anyway, let me hear from you.
Well, right. It's just something, that doesn't sit right with me by seeing Chief Justice Ariwola there, knowing his antecedents and what he's known for. But that's, really besides the point. I'm just happy for the new graduates and the new people who were called to bar. Over 4,000 people joining the judiciary currently in the country. And I just hope that this new set or this new batch of lawyers actually do not toe the line of these people who have soiled the judiciary and, made judgments that were conflicting, made judgments that did not align with the rule of law. So I'm just urging everybody, the newly admitted barristers, to actually make Nigerians have trust in the judicial process and, not take bribe, just leave very, very modestly and actually defend this learned profession. You
see, the point I'm trying to make here is that there is no job for them. They don't carry wig. Those things you see them wearing, the gown, the wig, they all bought them with their money. And entering MBA myself, they pay a whole lot of money, you understand, to be part of this association, get all the necessary things. Big money. And when they are done, that there is no job, there's no provision for them.
Well, to be very honest, I don't think there's a sector, or rather a profession currently in Nigeria that can boast currently of having a lot of employment rates, because the country is in shambles, right? But I mean, if you know what you studied, and you will always find a way. My dad used to say, if you give a man education, he will always find his way. So let's just hope that life is easier for them outside school and while they're practicing, right? My point is just that they uphold the rule of law and don't allow themselves to be swayed. Do not politicize your judgments, please, because you're the future of the Nigerian judicial system, and we're looking up to you, looking forward to you making it something, you know, useful. Okay, so let's hope that you guys, congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to Chibika Amwechi, though he said that he's just there for the fun of it. That's what he says. For the fun of it means he just went and wasted his time, or wasted the time of the lecturers, and you know, he just wanted to be called barrister.
He just wanted to be called Right Honorable Barrister.
Exactly.
Amechi. Right. Okay, my people, I'm gonna go comment section. Tell us what you think about all of these things. We say they happen for Nigeria. This hardship, they hit everybody. But make us not too desperate too much, because we are still on the process of unveiling the Obedient Family Cooperative Society. We have been working day and night to make it come out in a very grand style, and we'll be giving you a date that we will be launching the Obedience Cooperative Society. And we'll make sure that all Obedience worldwide joins and become a member of this very particular cooperative society. So please do like and share this very video so that other Obedience will know that we are live, and to reach everybody. Until we come your way again tomorrow. Bye for now.